Ever heard folks talking about arbitrage and scratched your head wondering what on earth that is? Well, let's sort this out together. Arbitrage is basically the idea that you can't just snap your fingers and make free money. It's like the old saying, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Let's imagine a scenario. If 1 pound equals $1.1 and $1 equals 100 yen, then how many yen should a pound be? It should be 110 yen, right? But if you can get more than 110 yen for your pound, here's a neat trick. Swap pounds for yen, then yen for dollars, and dollars back to pounds. Boom! You end up with more pounds than you started with without risk. And if it's the other way around, or in other words, less than 110 yen for 1 pound, just do the whole thing in reverse. That's what we call exploiting an arbitrage opportunity. However, arbitrage is not limited to the foreign exchange market, but also permeates other financial instruments. For instance, in the options market, say you've got a European call option for $100, good for 6 months, and it's worth $8. If a similar put option is $6, a certain bond with a principal of $100 is $97, and there are no dividends on the stock, you can play around with buying and selling these and lock in a sweet $1 profit with zero risk. This is arbitrage at work, and it's showing something's not quite right in the market. In a fancy term, it's a violation of put-call parity. Well, don't sweat if options or put-call parity sound fancy. I'll get more into this in other videos, so keep an eye out. In fact, it's conventional to assume a no-arbitrage condition. Mathematicians aim to establish feasible prices in such a market. For example, they usually calculate a unique risk-neutral price for derivatives. If real prices are different from the price they have calculated, that's a chance to make money. The catch is doing this makes the chance to do it again disappear. It's all about how smart the market is. Let's get back to the foreign exchange market example. When 1 pound is valued at more than 110 yen, buying yen will lower the pound-yen rate, and buying dollars will lower the yen-dollar rate, and so on. This will eventually bring the price to the level it needs to be. Therefore, in real financial markets, arbitrage opportunities are typically minimal and ephemeral, since someone will always be ready to pounce when they appear. Now let's get a bit mathematical here. An arbitrage opportunity is a self-financing portfolio with wealth process V that satisfies these conditions. This is equivalent to changing the last condition to this as well. Wait, but what is a self-financing portfolio? Well, a self-financing portfolio is just a portfolio that has no deposit or withdrawal of money after time 0. In other words, the changes to the value of wealth depend solely on the changes in asset value. So the definition is equivalent to saying that an arbitrage opportunity in tradable assets is a zero-valued portfolio today that holds a positive future value with a positive probability and never a negative value. There are lots of types of arbitrage. In our options example, we constructed a portfolio for immediate profit, untouched until expiration. This is called a static arbitrage. However, there is dynamic arbitrage, which is like playing a game where you make moves based on what's happening. Also, there is statistical arbitrage, which is not exactly arbitrage, but we might likely get a profit above the risk-free return as predicted by past statistics. Moreover, it can be model-independent arbitrage, in which you don't need a calculator or a fancy model to spot these opportunities. On the other hand, it can be model-dependent arbitrage. Here, you need to crunch numbers and use models to spot your chance. And that's pretty much it. To sum up, an arbitrage opportunity in tradable assets is a zero-valued portfolio today that holds a positive future value with a positive probability and never a negative value. As a result, many banks and hedge funds hire mathematicians, also known as quants, to spot the right prices in a market where there's no easy arbitrage. They do this to cash in on any price differences they find. But keep in mind, not every arbitrage opportunity you see can actually be used. Sometimes, what looks like a great chance on your screen just disappears when you try to go for it. This can happen for a few reasons, like getting the wrong price information, prices not being updated at the same time, transaction fees, differences in buying and selling prices, or your model is wrong. So, there you have it, a peek into the intriguing world of arbitrage. Whether you're a finance pro or just curious about how the money world ticks, I hope this sheds some light on the fascinating dance of numbers and markets. Stay tuned for more insights and breakdowns of complex financial concepts made easy. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates. Happy learning, and may you spot the golden opportunities before they vanish.